welcome back to my channel. We are going to hop right in and get on to it. Today we are going to be talking about what is in my middle school, high school, homeschool binder. Yep, I have one of those. So, as I was preparing last year for my 5th to go into 6th grade, I was like, I really need something to help me this time around, because it's my 2nd time doing middle school. So this time around, kind of like what I want my child to have and know and do. And so, yeah, I have this binder. I've always had a high school binder because I feel like that was something that kind of scared me. And I was like, I'm going to just be ahead of the game. First thing first is like rubrics to like grade or assess your child. I know some people don't believe in grading, but over here I do grade or assess my children. And so I have like prompts that I printed out. And these literally, teachers pay teachers. Google it, like free argumentative essay, rubrics, whatever you want to use for whatever you need. Teacher Pay Teachers has a lot of free stuff on it. And so the first one is a literary analysis paragraph prompt to just give you things to check off. And then the next one I have is argumentative, informative, all of those good things, persuasive. And these are not the grading thing. These are more so prompts to like give them ideas on what to write for each, thing. Because sometimes kids have a hard time, figuring out what they want to write about. So this one says, write an argumentative paper arguing which superhero is the greatest superhero of all time. Like, that's a good prompt. So these are good things that I have in here just when it's not necessarily being linked to another subject, which honestly with writing, I feel like I try to always incorporate it, because then it feels like a whole nother subject, and sometimes that could be a little tedious. So, and then after that is where they give me, the rubrics to grade. And most rubrics come on a 1 to 5. Some do more than that, so a 1 to 5 scale. But of course, you could critique it any way that you like it. Some do 5, some do 3. So it depends on, what you want. And so I have a whole bunch of those in there. And then also, of course, in my high school thing, I have a example of a transcript. So I had this on, I don't want to mess this planner up, y'all. Trained gal. I'm going to remember it. But basically, I had this planner for the school year, and I took things out of it that I thought I would still need. Excuse me. And, dang, I can't remember the name of the planner, y'all. But it's something gal. And so I have transcripts in here. And some of them I actually have in plastic, so it's kind of hard for me to pull it out right now. I knew making this video that this binder was going to get on my nerves, but yeah, so I have transcript. This is from oldschoolhouse.com, so you can get these free on there if you go to the oldschoolhouse.com. They also have things for like making semester goals and stuff like that, your yearly goals. You can get all those sheets free from on there. These are a page of electives that I kept out the planner. And so I also have that in there. And then I have sheets to do career research. So I make these do these. And then in the same planner, there were checklists for what to do your sophomore year. Awesome. Beautiful. They have freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year, like checklists on what to do. And then every year, it kind of lays out this little journey. Now, I have these. They're also in my kids' planners. Will they fill them out? I don't know. So that's not a thing. And so, yeah, that's that. Besides the transcript and all of those things, of course, a good time to start planning would be 8th grade, 7th grade, however in depth you want to go to plan your high school. I have these plan sheets, and these came from the Home Scholar. www.homescholar, yeah, she's called the Home Scholar. It's homehighschoolhelp.com. And basically this is the course that I took, and it basically talked over like transcript writing, your grades, credits to give the grades, transcript writing. It comes with a lot of stuff, so that's a lot of the stuff in this binder. Is that I have like a conversion chart for like GPA and stuff like that. Not only that, how to actually calculate your GPA. She does a video about that. And then she does another workshop on creating transcripts for your unique child. Like how do you put that on a transcript and what that should look like. And then she also does a class on scholarship winning transcript tips. And so I don't believe I paid a lot for the course. I think like everybody with everything, it's like sign up for the email and wait for them to say, oh, it's a sale, and then get the course then. So I did enjoy that course. I finished that, and that was nice. So of course I can't share a lot of that because copyrighted stuff you can't share. So, or at least people say, they say don't share it, and sometimes people still share it. And then my other loose papers are like things that I got from like high school workshops that I attended where they talked about sports and electives. And I have that paper in here too. It's the NCAA, I think that is, where you have to go through if your child wants to play sports when they get in high school. So just more so informational. I haven't actually put anything in here on scholarships, but that is something of the last thing that I kind of want to do. The other thing I like to track in here is volunteer hours, extracurriculars, volunteer hours, and usually those come in the form of them doing the library. This year I'm thinking that I'm gonna sign them up to do a food pantry and during the summer. So they usually do the library. They always have to do some 4-H for the library. They volunteer at the library, and then I usually sign them up for something else. So this is where I keep those hours too. I just keep track of them based on the time that they're supposed to show up and end. And yeah, that's how I track it. So that is all that's basically in my book. I don't have a lot of stuff in here that's like overwhelming and crazy, but the one thing I do have in here is a lot of writing stuff. So that is what's in my middle school, high school binder, guys. And if you have not checked out this video right here, go ahead and check that out, and I will catch you later. Bye.